everybody? It's Hippadippin here, and I don't care what people say anymore. I'm gonna stick to the teams that I use that win, okay? Because I have been losing battles all day long, and you guys can't see it, but my record is now 1300. 1304. Like that's 100 points below where I was. That is such garbage. And you know what? I got a comment on one of my videos saying build a new team. Yeah, I did, and it sucked. And I built another team, and that sucked too. Well, it did okay, but I mean, it's like this was a mono fire team. How could I have lost? But you know what? I can't. I'm just gonna be doing my old teams because you want to know something? They won. All right, so let's just watch the replay. He leads off with Heatran. I lead off with Snapper the Crawdon. He does not want to suffer that, so I decided to set up a Dragon Dance, go for an Aqua Jet, and really, what I should have done was just gone for 2 Aqua Jets. But anyway, this Ninetales decides to throw a Toxic on me, and that is a bummer. He switches into Torkoal, and that thing takes it absolutely perfect, and is 100% okay after that Aqua Jet. Now he sets up the Stealth Rocks here as I switch into Inferno the Charizard. He goes for Protect, and I try to Air Slash my way to victory. I decided to switch out into Crunch the Crocodile. He switches out into Entei, which is surprising, because I go for an Earthquake, knock it out, get the Moxie Boost, which is kind of nice. And in comes the Arcanine, and let me tell you, Arcanine is not a fun Pokemon when it's not on your side. Regardless, he burns me, and that is a bummer. Now, I was really close to switching out here for this Heatran because I had a really good feeling it was coming in, but whatever, man. I switch into Steadfast, and it gets a special defense drop, which is a bummer. But here I go for a Drain Punch and am able to get a bunch of HP back. And yeah, that is pretty nice. In comes the Torkoal, does not take any damage from that Drain Punch at all, and he proceeds to go ahead and burn me. And this Torkoal burns about pretty much half of my team, and that is not a good plan. So here I go for a Drain Punch, does absolutely nothing to a defensive Arcanine, and yeah, this battle was just downhill, man, all downhill. Anyway, in comes the Morning Sun, and I bring in Crunch. He goes for an Extreme Speed. It does practically nothing, and if I hadn't been burned, this game would have been a whole different matter. He lives on 3, and of course he goes for a Morning Sun, because he wants to preserve that Arcanine, obviously. I bring an Unknown here, just to go ahead and stop the extreme speeds. In comes the Torkoal. I knock off its leftovers, which is nice, but in comes Snapper. Now, here I decided to switch out again because I did not want to be burned, and I did want to get rid of those rocks. So I switched in Tribal here. The, what's this thing called? I don't know, but, shoot, what is it? Shiftry, right? And, I defog, and then it gets rid of the rocks again, which sucks. Here I win the speed tie because it was a speed tie against a, Ninetales. In comes the Darmanitan, and I didn't know if this thing would be packing, Stone Edge or not, and it was, and I lose Charizard because of that. Now I switch into Unknown here, go for another Hex. He lives on 2, Will-O-Wisp me. Let me tell you something, this guy's landed every single Will-O-Wisp, and that is not... I don't know about that, man, I don't know. So here he tries to stall out for burn damage, which really... Why would you ever do that? I don't know. But you must have a really sick sense of humor if you want to stall out for burn damage. Anyway, in comes the Darmanitan, goes for a U-turn, and switches into Heatran. Heatran does not take that Hex very nicely at all. Tells me it is specially defensive though, and it misses its Fire Blast, so that was kind of nice. Kill the Heatran, and there are only 2 Pokemon left. However, my Pokemon are not in any sort of condition to be battling against these guys. Now here was where there was some trouble. The Darmanitan Flare Blitz my Cofagrigus, right? Then it got Mummy. so I didn't want to switch into Crawdon and lose adaptability. So he switched out, thankfully, into the Arcanine, which of course sets up a Morning Sun because, you know, Arcanines just are so fun to be around, and goes for an extreme speed, does not knock me out, surprisingly, which tells me that this Arcanine is garbage. Anyway, I switch into Snapper here, and of course I forgot about extreme speed having +2 priority, so that sucks. I really thought an Aqua Jet would knock out the Arcanine. I completely did, but I was completely wrong again, and yeah. I have a feeling an Aqua Jet would have killed a Darmanitan here. 67% it probably would have. But that was another terrible battle. I'm going to be using the teams I like, the teams that I built from now on, or until I can build another good team. So that is going to be it for today. I'm Hippodippin', and if you guys like the content, I will try to keep going after all these losses. Look, I freaking lost 100 points. Like, that's garbage. That is such awful. Such awful. I can't even speak English. I'm so angry. Anyway, I'm Hippodippin', and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.